for joining me today. I'm Duffeck with the new real estate crew at eXp Realty, and I've got a special guest, Melanie Taliaferro, joining me today. And today's topic is, what is the difference between an appraisal and an inspection? Before we get started, I just want to take a quick moment to point your attention to a couple of links on our blog page. First, if you or someone you know is thinking about buying a home and you want to search all of the available inventory in the Austin metro area now, be sure to click on the Home Search tab. Additionally, if you have a home to sell and you just want to get an idea of what your home might be worth in today's market, please check out the tab for a free estimate of your home's value. And lastly, if you are thinking about buying a home and you want to get pre-qualified, there's a tab that would link you over to Melanie's site so that you can start the process of filling out a loan application. Now, back to our topic. Melanie Taliaferro, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Kurt?
Doing super wonderful.
Awesome.
And so right now, there's a lot of confusion out there, I think, with buyers. Some people don't fully understand the difference between an inspection and an appraisal, and some appraisals are called inspections. I'm going to first, real quickly, let you know that when you make an offer on a house, typically there is an option period in the state of Texas, sometimes called an inspection period in other states. But during that option or inspection period, that's the buyer's opportunity to do their due diligence. And one of the things that you always want to do is hire a licensed home inspector to come in and do an inspection on the property. A licensed home inspector will usually check everything from the roof to the foundation, and if there's something that comes up along the course of the inspection, they usually recommend, for example, if there's AC problems, they might direct you to an AC specialist, or if the roof is in need of repair, they might suggest a roofer's opinion. But they'll usually work up a full report and give you an overall general home inspection, and that's a great place to start. As far as what is an appraisal, Melanie, can you kind of describe that and how they differ?
Yes, I've got that one for you. So a lot of times the terms can be used interchangeably, inspection and appraisal, but like Kurt said, the initial inspection is to kind of get an overview of the condition of the property so that you can decide within that option period, is this a home we still want to buy? Do we want to negotiate with the seller to make repairs? Those sorts of things. But an inspection is not a requirement of the lender. So you could choose not to have an inspection, which I don't recommend, yes, but you could do it. So as far as an appraisal, we don't order an appraisal until that option period has ended and buyers have decided, yes, we want this house, we're moving forward. And that's where we send out a licensed appraiser to inspect the property. And they do not as much of a true inspector. That report's sometimes 50 pages long. An appraiser is there to provide an opinion of value on the property to make sure that what you're paying for it is in line with what the market supports. So they're going to pull comparable sales, ideally from the last 6 months, within a half-mile radius, similar size, similar amenities, that kind of thing. And based on the data in the MLS, which would show how much those sold for and when, then they weight them on the grid and come to a fair market value opinion. And that is what the lender uses as a third-party verification that, hey, yes, the property is worth what our borrowers are paying for it. And also, the appraiser checks, is it all good as is, or is it subject to any sorts of repairs? So the things that come up in the inspection, sometimes those things end up coming up in the appraisal. Hopefully we've addressed them in advance, but for example, if there was something affecting safety or livability of a property, or something that the appraiser just felt like, hey, we really should have this checked out by, if it's a foundation issue, perhaps a structural engineer or something of that nature, then an appraiser can recommend that, just like an inspector would. Although very similar, the appraisal is probably the biggest piece of our the property approval process that we do, and hopefully the inspection has given us an idea of what potential issues could pop up, and we've hopefully negotiated to have those remedied, or something along those lines. So as far as an appraisal goes, we don't want to order that until you know you're moving forward, because you've already spent the inspection money, and they usually take a week to 10 days to come back.
So
And
would it be
that's
safe
about-
to say that the inspection is part of a buyer's due diligence, to check out everything about the home before you decide to move forward? The appraisal more or less has a lot to do with the lending side as far as getting a loan. You want to make sure that the investment that the lender is loaning money on is worth its value, and that part of the process is definitely something more that you guys focus on. Thanks for joining us. If you or someone you know is thinking about buying a home, be sure to reach out to me or Melanie. We are the Dream Team, and we've got all the contacts in the real estate business to help make your buying or selling process a smooth one. I'm Duffeck, the new real estate crew.
Melanie Taliaferro, SWBC Mortgage.
Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you soon.